Blemba, Chicken Charmaine, Mokgethwa, AKMK, and a whole bunch of other AKAs. The Sobering Podcast.
Keep it going. We keep it going, yo. We keeping this one
going. We gotta keep moving. Gotta keep it going. Gotta keep it going. Oh, la. Exactly. It's a new puppy.
Oh, you done with the intro?
Yeah.
Okay.
A bunch of AKAs. You didn't say MK.
No, I did.
Yeah.
I fumbled on the sobering part.
Yeah.
Okay. That's MK with a whole bunch of with a whole bunch of other AKAs, including Pedi Paraffin. It's the new one. You know the vibes. You know?
Yeah, you didn't know you was gonna say Pedi Paraffin. You don't subscribe to
I'm not entirely sold on the Pedi Paraffin stuff.
Come on, yo. It's
I take that.
Yo, I think you wrote that one, right?
No.
Who wrote that one, man?
Pedi Paraffin.
Yeah, but it's from the writing room. You know what I mean? You know the vibes. You know the vibes. It's Big Fred, aka the summer is mine. You can call me Zahara. Like, no, don't call me Zahara. It's the vibes now.
See, that's the stuff that we know. Not Pelezino with a basketball.
Yo, that was fine.
No.
Kitso.
That was
Hooper
fly.
with a soccer ball.
Damn. So do I have to say?
You passed it to Kitso.
If it
I don't have to say any. I just have to say.
Oh no. He's gonna give you.
No, bro, this one.
He's gonna give you. He gonna give you. You know.
Come on, man.
This is from the writing room, the proper writing room.
Come on, joining us today.
Okay.
Come on. The one that put the ill in illustration. Come on. Come on.
You heard?
You know what I mean? The bomb in Bombisa. Come on. The Mr. Quote Unquote. I don't get lost because I dress well. Yo.
I know that's
You got the dopest intro. Like, you know.
That's cool.
It's not finished. It's not finished.
That's co-written. That's co-written. That's co-written by him. I told you. No. That's co-written by him. Nah. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it there. We're gonna keep it there at the top, bro.
I can't blush too much.
You know what I mean?
Stop.
Oh man.
I'll bleep that out.
My gums are gonna get tired.
You know what I mean? And it's nice that, you know, you went with the vibes, you know? Come on, ladies and gentlemen, it is Lazi, Gray Spaces, Bombisa. Come on, man, like this guy, yo.
Come on, Joe. Come on.
This is culture. Okay. Come on, this is...
Shout out to the audience. Just the three of us chirping.
We are here.
This one is a live one.
Shout
you
out to
know?
live
Where we
studio
at?
audience.
You know, and it's very important where we at.
Where we at?
A beautiful space with a lot of beautiful things, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. We in Lazi store beautiful things out here.
The original
24
beautiful
Standees, the
boy.
vibes, man. Come on, you know?
Shout out.
You know what I mean? It's a special episode, you know, sponsored by the good folks of the greatest shoe cleaner, you know?
Yep.
Kiwi boys worldwide. You know, keep your shoes protected for a long time.
From when you were like on Toughies
Come on, bro.
to Bacania and now to this.
To this,
They
bro.
never left
To
you.
your
They
uncle's
never
Florshams, you know?
You know?
To Doc Martens.
Doc Martens.
To where you still going.
Exactly. That corner office.
To your Nikes and your Adidas and your New Balance.
Everywhere. They're
They got you.
everywhere.
They
They're
got you.
everywhere. They're everywhere. And it's only fitting to have a cultural icon, you know, to join us
Hey.
in these talks. You know what I mean? I see your eyes
You
popping up,
You giving me? I'm like, what?
bro, you need your bouquet, bro.
Full
feel
circle moment. It's funny how, what year we in for the sobering?
This is the sixth.
5th or 6th, yeah. This guy's supposed to be the first guest.
Actually. Easy.
He was supposed
to. Actually.
Whoa. And this is
Back 2015.
this is
Can we
BF,
speak about
man.
it? Or
I hit you up on Facebook. I was like, yo, please come through. And
yes, I remember that.
yeah.
Oh, that stuff.
And then that's Saturday, like, yo, there's something at home, I can't make it through.
Yes.
Oh, no, not the spa.
Yeah.
But you see now what Span said saying? Spa.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
you're
crazy.
supposed to be our first guest on
But
the
it's
sobering.
like, I think I've been watching from the sidelines, and you guys also have done the same for me. It's like there's this kind of, I mean, maybe am I do we start now, right?
Go ahead.
It's like we have, all of us here, we have this relationship which is like, I don't have to be with you to know that I'm with you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Big facts.
And we are always within each other all the time. But
Pause.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing.
Cool. Let's keep it moving.
There's definitely nothing wrong with that.
Guys, come on. I didn't say we're holding hands or touching. So it's like, I feel like, because, you know, we exist in that sense, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like
real talk.
we are always, you're there for me. Whenever I'm doing anything, you're there. Whenever you're doing anything, I'm there, you know? And I guess it's almost like we having this conversation just with mics and cameras, because this is what we do all the time.
Yeah. Perfect.
When we link up, it's a good time. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely
But it's
a
like
vibe,
that.
man.
So, man, and it's never like, yo, you've been gone for 5 years and now it's like you just showed up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you've been building with me as I've been doing everything that I've been doing. And I was telling you when we did that other thing with the other brand, with the sneakers and the molds and stuff that I did there.
Yeah.
And you came in and I was like, you know, I know sometimes you don't expect, you think it's getting too much, the support, but it's still there. You think, I think I need to buy you some flowers. You're always here all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I think that's the kind of nature of our relationship, and I'm grateful for that.
One thing for sure, there's a biannual catch-up.
For sure, yeah.
Like, to add to what you're saying, like, we see you're there, and we're here doing our thing, but twice a year, there has to be some time when we're like, yo, you know.
And I feel like the space has built that, because I've seen him more here, and I'm not complaining. You know what I'm saying? It's just made us even like, it shows like the projection of where we're going as homies, because it's like it's never been about anything. It's always been about love. So it's like when he comes through to the shop to chill, to talk smack for 5-10 minutes, whatever, it's still that. Do you know what I'm saying? When I saw you the other day, when you came to the pop-up, it's like we are within each other. And like, it's not like we're going to start from the, we start from the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
but
100%.
yeah, within each other, maybe.
Big thanks.
What's wrong, bro?
But yeah.
No, don't worry. You know, Kiwi can also help with this. Cool. Bro, you know the vibes. Come on.
Hey, let's get it.
You know, so like, you know, your story is, you know, exemplary. You know what I mean? Like it really, it's something that I use as a template for perseverance and for never letting your surroundings define who you are. You know what I mean? But I could never articulate it as best as you. Right. You know what I mean? And I think you just take us through the journey of how you got to be, you know, Grey Spaces and where you're from, you know? Yeah. And is Grey Spaces still even there, though?
Actually, the store was supposed to be Grey Spaces, and I tried to register, and then that bounced, and then Beautiful Things came through, you know? So it's still there because the moniker itself stood for a lot that I became. And I think this wouldn't exist without that. You know what I'm saying? So for those that know that part, because some people know that was like more virtual, but for those that know that virtually, there's those that actually know that physically, like on pause, right? So they know that on a physical interaction level, where it's like we had these shows, these pop-ups and these things that we did over time. Then you got to interact with that person. And I guess now we are letting other people that know nothing about us to come into what we've been building all these years, you know? And I think the journey starts from Alex and without a clue of what is it that I want to become. And obviously financial constraints, and I guess I would have been much more prepared if I had known that art can actually provide a living or like a livelihood of some sort, if I had known, because where we come from, the environment will tell you that art is not about that life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it's a half ground, you know? And I think what I did from that, with the lack of information, I didn't really see myself as anything else but what I am today. I looked up to this person as a youngin', but I didn't know this person. Whoever was representing what I am today. I looked up to them, you know, Scoop and whoever it was at the time who was doing that. They were like a reflection. Do you know what I'm saying? So shout out, yeah. And so with that lack of information, if I had known that actually you could actually do something with this interest that you do have, I could have been a bit further, right? But I think this is still it. But I would have been more prepared, let me just say that. And I guess, obviously not having money at home made me get out of that situation to go outside and find an outlet that I can self-accommodate, you know, and then create, because I feel like that's what this creative thing is about. It's like you get into it and you create a world that you want to live in it. And then whoever is interested in that, they are, you know, like they guests to this world that you're building. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, obviously come through from Alex, single mom, and I think mom got sick at some point, and it was really, I didn't understand. Like, you know, now it's circumstantial that I have to make it out. You know, she's sick, and then she's late, that she passes away, and I'm like, but when she passes away, I've already kind of established myself, you know? And I think the strength that I had from her leaving was like this wall that fell. You know what I'm saying? And the wall that fell, and I saw the world for what it was, because there was no one who's going to protect, shield, block, you know, prohibit certain things. Now you see the world for what it is, and now you can choose the good or the bad. And then I think I saw the good in the world that I was looking at, you know what I'm saying? And I think it was all circumstantial. Like I always say this, like if you have problems, I'm just saying, if you have problems, make money and then deal with those things when you got money. You feel me? Like, I'm saying, like, I don't want to create problems on top of problems. Rather make money, get out the situation, and then go to therapy and talk about that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. I'm a firm believer in that.
You feel me? So
get your money to afford therapy and deal with your stuff.
Yeah. And I think it's better to. Sometimes it's better to, like, you know, I look at it, it's weird. It's like, but I don't want to sound like I'm being a narcissist or something, but it's like, you know, it's comfort, it's good, you know what I'm saying? Comfort makes not all things bad, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of comfort can make even the, you know, the hardest things, you know, bearable, you know? And it's like, just, you know, so I was striving for comfort all my life, right? So this art creative thing can also go both ways, bad or good. So I feel like I've been in this like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't, you know, because I feel like those things can, you know, be a detriment given where I'm from, you know, because if I have to interact back with that life, where I'm from is different than what it is right now. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be, I will be a product of that environment that I still am, but now I'm a product of the environment that I created myself.
Dope.
I don't know if I'm answering your question.
That's a bar. That's a bar. That's a bar. So now getting into the space formally, how did those steps happen? Informally.
You feel me? They happen so informal. Because I'm taking a taxi to town. I'm like, I'm going to Newtown. I don't know what I'm doing there. I'm just throwing myself, go down. I don't know what's happening there, bro. Like, we're going to thrift. We're going thrifting, find things that cats don't see. Because we can't afford. So I'm going to school. It's a bursary. It's a year thing at Vega. It's a do or die kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might not even make it out of that. That's just to keep you out the street. But I looked at that as a bigger picture because it's a year course. And you know, it's like literally the government saying, you know what, you know, here's this thing. They're giving you literally 10% of what the whole curriculum is about. And then you can stretch it. But it's not, that opportunity to stretch is not also there. But that's what made me realize that creativity and art is not based off, you know, qualifications and how far you can get based on, you know, I'm not saying school is not good or whatever, but it's like art and creativity has to do with you and how far you can take yourself, right? So I'm in a situation where, you know, I didn't have formal training of the of the industry, I had informal training because at school, they teach you everything. And they teach you everything so fast, but like in almost like leftover modules, you know, stuff that you don't have to pay for. It's like a subsidy, but it's still like a subsidy of a subsidy, you know? So it's like, it wasn't enough, but we then took another advantage of that. So what we used to do, because we had access cards.
Who's we?
Me and Dice, a friend of mine, right?
Okay.
We had access cards of the school.
Yeah.
The school is registered. They couldn't partition it out because the system, we fall under the same system, but we are not in the same category.
Okay.
So the tiers are different. There's tier 0, which is like the 3-year degrees and the 2-year diplomas or whatever.
Yeah.
But we're like tier 3, which is like a thing, just like something that exists within, you know?
Yeah.
But it's free. So we're like a government subsidy thing.
Oh.
But because we have the access card, they can't
stop you from coming to class.
It's expensive, not class. The classes are in Alex. That's our classes.
Oh, okay.
Vega and Alex.
Yes.
Yo, you didn't tell us that part.
Really?
Yeah, so the Vega, no, not Vega is in Alex. Vega is not in Alex, but the Vega that we went to was in Alex because it's like,
We didn't even know about those.
because what they want to do is like they're keeping you in your environment so you can inspire the community with your little creativity stuff that you can do. So maybe you can start an internet cafe there. Maybe you can partner up with your friends and start like a home studio, whatever, you know, and then you can empower the community. But it's not necessarily to take you out the hood. That's the system. I'm not trying to say that was the intention, but then they'll introduce you to the industry a little bit and then you get the taste of that. And if you can take it further, it's up to you. It's not up to them. So what we did, we hacked into the system because we understood that, look, if you have the access card, you're in the system, it's expensive for them to create a new system for a government thing, project, and then with 30 students or 30 students that are constantly dropping out because it's not working out. And then by the end of the year, you only have like 10 people left in class.
Yeah.
So they were like, let's just put them in the same system. They won't even pick it up. So they put us in this system. We have access cards. We are part of that bigger picture. So we went to Vega.
So you can swipe and get in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what we used to do was to like swipe and get on Fridays because school's done on Friday. And the guy in Alex that used to manage the lab, you know, was a very, you know, he was a prick. You know what I'm saying? What do you do? You know what do you say? He had to go. You know? Anyway, so he wasn't a kindest person. He wouldn't let us work after hours, like after school, after 5, we couldn't work. And if you have this thing, this urge, this, because there's nothing else I can do out of this. I get why I can only read so many magazines. I can't go home. I live in a one room. Now I'm gonna be looking at my mom in the eyes. She's gonna ask me, why are you gonna go work? And then it's too much. I can't take that. You know,
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
You're gonna have to go. You know what I'm saying? So we like, look, this guy's being a prick. So we started, would bribe him sometimes. We would bribe him sometimes, give him money and stuff so we can chill. But it got too much, you know? And then we were like, so this one time they sent us to Vega to go look at the, you know, facility and do like an exchange thing, whatever. We go there and we just go in. I'm like,
Nobody's noticed us?
Not even that. It's like, we are actually part of this thing. This is home. This is like the headquarters because we have access to them, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn, this is crazy. And then we go there, the machines, the system.
Oh.
You can tap.
You can log in.
I'm like, no ways. They're like, yes ways. The machines are saying yes ways, you know?
So are the machines better quality?
Of course. They gave us the IMAX, it's a Scoopoo, whatever.
Wow.
You know, yeah, it was like literally a dump, like not a dump, but like it's like
I get you.
Almost like a dump.
Basically, whatever they were phasing out the way
They were passing to you guys.
Not even a phase out, bro. Damn. You can't tell me there's an iMac.
And there's
generation.
That's not, after that, there was a G5. Then there was a mini Mac. Then there was a mini Mac with the screens.
Yeah.
Before this thing, before the screen thing, the new thing, there was a few others before that. So if you give us Scoopoo
is like...
That was like, get Pentium 1 year, man.
Generations load, yeah.
I understand. So we go there, we're like, what is happening here, right? But we already acquainted with this because we are very like, we geeks. And on the other side, there was this other guy called Mac and he had Macs. So he had a lot of so our orientation, our initiation to like computers was through him, in the sense that now we get all this stuff because he worked at an agency and he was cool with the IT guy. IT guy would sell him stuff backdoor, you know. So our orientation started there. So when we got there, we got fascinated. We're like, no ways. So again, I'm like, no. So what we started doing was, because in a campus like that, the labs, as long as you got access card, you can work at any given time. Because it's an institution, like maybe you have classes, you can come after hours, you can come before hours, maybe Waspana. Then we started going there after Friday on the weekends. No, Friday we'd go to Vega. Go in, because we dressed so cool, we blended, it was nothing, right? And then we would be there until Sunday. Sunday afternoon, we come back. No washing, it's fine. You know what you're gonna do? You gotta do the work.
So you slept at Vega for like the weekend?
Yes. So, yeah, we slept at Vega for the weekend. And it wasn't only us. There was other guys too from the labs, because there were different labs. So we picked up this thing and then it became a thing. And then we started doing this thing where we're just working because the machines are better, the music, you know, everything was just nicer. Like, you know, you could play your music, you could just enjoy it because there's internet, everything was cool, bro. So for me, internet, a faster computer, and a desk, I'm good. I'm good. So we're there on Friday, we work all night, and then maybe we can, on a Saturday, we can wake up. No, I mean, we sleep under the desk, you know what I'm saying? It was real, because they didn't even check. The security guards are like, these kids are rich, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they trust you because they assume.
Yeah, they think we're like rich kids, but we were not. You know, we came off at Sitafola, we tried to like 4-hour nap, come back, and then we would just go out, maybe to McDonald's or saying, get some chows, go to the park, maybe a homo smoke, and then we go back and grind. And then our work was advanced because we had like this extra support, but everybody else didn't know about it, because if we had said that, then they would snitch, but they would snitch for no reason. And even the guys that know that we need this, they'll still try and block us, you know? So that's how, you know, the advancement of...
You know, you might be snitching on if they still exist, those things.
Nah, the thing is dead, though. Because that was...
The Alex joint.
Now, the whole Imagination Lab program died. Even Neo Mashiro came from that, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he came from that, and then he moved forward.
Shout out to Neo, that's the OG.
Shout out to Neo, you know what I'm saying? He came from that, and then he obviously moved through... The thing is, after that program, you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
And if you're not trying... And we had the taste.
Explain why the homie's like that militant.
Yeah, he's like...
very militant. Like,
no, we come from that. That's cool. Like, if you come from that environment, obviously then he then moved forward with schooling and stuff like that. But we then also did, but then it was like weird for other cats. It was weird for me. I was like, nah, I want to go in the industry. I mean, it's cool. You can go get, you know, your masters and your doctorates and stuff. But for me, I was so hungry and, you know, broke. So I had to break in. Like my mom depended on that stuff. I mean,
just to cut you a bit, this Vega stuff, was it straight after high school?
It was, straight after high school. I took a gap year because I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't have money. There was no money. My little guy's like, yo, Fitz, I don't know. And then I don't want to stress my mom. It's just like, I know the situation at home. It's going to be weird. It's like, so mom, you know, it's like, nigga, come on. So I had to move, literally, you know. So I took a gap year. I worked. So how I found Vega is crazy because I worked as at a community center, distributing condoms, teaching old men about sex, old people about...
Love life.
Yeah, a bit deeper than love life. Like, we used to go to orphanages, feed kids, would go to like old age homes and wash people, you know, that couldn't wash themselves, and would go to like AIDS centers and feed people that had HIV and AIDS, and like just be part of that community. And then in that, so our office where we used to like meet, you know, chill and talk about things, our main office before we leave, because there was a taxi that we took. There's like a taxi that was sponsored by the government for us to work with. So transport so stuff takes out. But before the Vaya, in that center, there was another lady that was like, she was doing fashion. She was sewing, you know? And I was into fashion. I was like, God damn, I want to learn how to sew. That was my first love. And then she's like, I would make him tired all the time. I was like, you know, please teach me how to sew, whatever, if you know any schools or whatever. She's like, nah, you're good at drawing, because I'd always show her my sketches, and she's like, you're good at drawing. I think you should try this thing. That's the Imagination Lab. She came from that too, right? And I was like, okay. And then I tried out, I apply, I get in, but my phone F's out, so I don't get a call. And I'm worried because I need this.
The story gets deeper by a minute, bro.
Because I need this, right? So my phone, I used to use a 5210 at the time. I remember because I could Uncle your phone that
the one that you can take apart.
The one that's taken apart. The low one, the small one, the tiny one.
Was the 5210 the one that you could break apart?
Yeah, this one. So this is my phone. It was. This is it actually.
Without the shell.
It didn't have a shell.
Yo.
Because what 5210
I took out the shell. To make this mode.
Oh, 5210 was the one. Like you could you just bash. Yeah.
So my one was blue. So this is like a node to that actually.
I wanted one.
It was an ode to...
It was like the G-Shock of phones.
Yeah, I wanted one for real.
I
was too young for
So this phone was like my phone at the time, right? And so I don't get the call. And I know that I did get the call, because I think I did the best. I needed that thing. So there's no way that...
You didn't get the call.
I didn't get the call. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to break protocol. I'm going to go, right? Go to the offices. I tell this guy like, yo, man.
Which office?
In Alex, because I could have like their own thing. I go to the Imagination Lab. I'm like, yo, man, my name is Lazi. I came here for like an application for this. I'm shaking. You know what I'm saying? I'm shaking, bro. Like I applied. I don't know if you guys called me because my phone, it didn't work, whatever. And he's like, what's your name? I tell him. He's like, oh yeah, we actually did try to call you like 4 times because we thought your work was great, but we couldn't get a hold of you. We had to put someone else in your place.
Whoa.
But now get this, the guy who they put in my place has better metric marks than I do, dog. So he's like, this guy's like, dog, I'm shaking.
Yeah.
Do you remember when there's something that Kanye said that left him shaking? It wasn't a sway thing. On Zane Lowe. He said something, there was a monumental piece there. I don't remember what it was, but it left him shaking and the whole world almost turned upside because of the stuff that you were saying there, right? I felt that anxiety coming, like I almost had a panic attack because I was like, I need it, bro. Like, I need this. I don't think you understand.
There's no turning back, yo.
I'm like, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, there's no way that we have to take 30 kids. I was like, look, I can stand, bro.
I don't need a desk.
I don't care. I need this. This is my out. I don't think this guy's like, okay, you need to promise me one thing. If I do put you in, you need to promise me you're going to be number 1 in class. I'm like, yo, bet, no doubt.
Easy.
3 months in, I was teaching with that lecture. What? Yeah, I'm telling you. I did get a certificate of highest achievement.
Sunning us.
I was like doing that. I was going, bro, because it's like, I don't know. I took this thing too serious. A lot of people like, whatever, we were getting $300 a month. I took it 300 Rand a month, bro.
Mine was like 2,000 a month.
Bro, split
from
300 Rand. Damn. Split 300 Rand a month. Split it. Split it in fractions.
10 Rand a day.
Dog, like that's why I'm like, I'm so confused because the one I was doing for the studio that I was at, the government gets money from, they happen all the time, those CETA things.
We were getting $300. And at the government stuff, I was getting 1,000. I got 1,000. I paid I bought it my Keep t-shirt. That was like $250 at the time. I was left with $750. I remember. And I bought like some fake babes. And then I think there was like,
you know what? I was moving this past weekend. I found them babes, and I was like,
"What size?
This is fake as fuck,
what size?
bro."
What size?
I was like, "It was 6." Yo, those things, yo, if you find yours, you need to come out.
Kitso sold me stories, man. You said that you.
I did. I didn't get that from my mom. Keep though. Yeah. I didn't get it from my mom.
My ones were fake. I bought them knowing that they were fake. I bought them in town, small street. So I was like,
nah, I didn't know. The ones we had, I didn't know they were fake. I was looking at them now. I'm like, yo, she did.
I was like, niggas in the hood don't know that these are fake. So it's like we're getting $300 a day. I mean, a month. but we stay. You know, we get paid. Literally, I can actually you know? So, but the thing about that moment for me was like, it's a moment that sometimes I don't think it actually happened. I don't think it actually did happen. I don't think I was in that. Like, when I look at my life right now, like, I don't ever think that at some point I was shaking, asking someone to put me on a class to study, and like, I didn't think that. You know, and then obviously the trajectory from that point was also about to hit a glass ceiling, because yes, you're in now, and then what? You know, because you don't know the industry, you don't know the people. How do you move forward? You know. So now, obviously, we get in there, we do our thing. You know, I try to navigate, man. It's like still like foggy. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand what's happening, but like, I'm passionate about this stuff. You know, I had a room outside my mom's house. I had like a shack that I built, and I used to be there, and then I got a computer at some point at work, but I used to be there all the time doing my thing. I didn't see where it was going.
What were you doing exactly?
Everything, dog. It's like you do advertising, orientation advertising, you know? Then I chose to fake major, I guess. We try to put a structure to it, you know what I mean? But there was not structure. I chose graphic design as my thing, and then did that, you know. And then I was like, this is cool. It was like I hit a glass ceiling, and then I was like, I'm gonna start doing illustrations.
So what designed the logo?
Yeah, I did design logos. Didn't like it, you know what I'm saying? But I had to do it, you know?
Was it Corel Draw?
Nah, it was Illustrator, CS2. Adobe, you know?
You were good. Yeah.
Yeah, but then look, we get an internship. Now, towards the end of the year, we get internships. I get an internship called Global Mouse. And then, dog, my friend goes to Grid. And I wanted to go to Grid.
Shout out to Grid Boys.
Yeah,
I wanted to go to Grid. This is 2009, right? I'm trying to go to Grid because I feel like I'm there. But then I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. And then he goes there. I go to Global Mouse. I meet Vanessa Marcelo, you know? An incredible lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's incredible. I'm like, she's a sis. She's always, you know, she's in the game. She's been in the game for a long time. And I'm like, I'm from Alex, right? And I'm seeing this lady that represents what I want to be a part of in a bigger scheme of things, like her energy, her vibes, her friends, her music, her success level, like the stuff that she be doing. I'm like, this is, oh my God, come on. And then I'm under her. She's like I'm an intern, so she's like I'm training under her or something like that. Yeah. She's the one that showed me us the ropes, not pretty much, you know? And then, obviously, you know, when you're there, I see photos of her at the party people thing. I'm like, what is this party people thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying about Kenzero. I don't know who Kenzero is. But I see this energy around this lady. I'm like, yo,
lifestyle.
This is it, dog. If I can stay here in this work thing, I think I can get close to that, you know? Like that life. And then, okay, cool, 2 weeks ends, we go back to school, things flip. Like, I don't know what happened, but it's like I don't get a call back from Global Mouse, and the homie of mine gets a job. Hey, dog, I'm like, what?
Wait, at Grid or at Global Mouse?
At Global Mouse, where I'm supposed to go. I'm like, oh, damn.
The homie that was at Grid?
Yes.
Damn.
You know? I'm like, God damn.
Vanessa, what's up?
Not her. Like, she has nothing to do with those things. It's just that it's a off-air kind of conversation, right?
Okay.
It's like, but it was weird. Like, it hit me, bro. Like, my mom, she's getting sick. She was diagnosed with kidney failure. I was in grade 8. So now it's been like 4-6 years in, right? And I'm like, yo, I'm trying to, not to get you out of the situation. I'm trying to make the situation better for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's real. Like, I come from a different kind of life. Like, you know? And now this dude gets a job. I'm like, God damn, dog, that was where I was supposed to go. And now he comes to me in a weird kind of way, you know? He's like, yo, you know, I'm like, what's up, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had an interview, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, nice, dog, wait, dog. You know, it's like, Global Mouse. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. I'm like, whoa, what happened? How? He's like, no, they placed me there. I don't know. I was like, what? This dude has a name, you know, if you're in the game, like, you guys are, if you understand corporate, right? Creative corporate side of things, like, name tag, access card. You feel like you're part of the thing.
Yeah.
Dude comes, dog. He's showing me the access card with his face on it. A tag, an envelope.
So you know it's real.
A job thing. It's like, I'm in. Dog.
So you know.
He's like, I'm studying Kari 20 Jan. December. Meaning, you know, there's no hope for next year. Like, we're already in November or December 6th or whatever. There's no hope for me for next year because December Christmas, you know what I'm saying? It's stressful, dog. And my mom's like, it's crazy, bro. No, like it crushed me, bro. Yes. You don't know. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna. I said some profanity. I was like, I'm gonna blow this world up, open it up, and dissect it. And do things to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm gonna, oh man, they will never forget me. Like, they will never ignore me. Even this dude, he won't even forget me. Yeah. Like, I'm better than everybody. You know, like, I had this energy because I had to have it. There's nothing else I can have but this energy. And then Jan comes, Noah hits me up. No, was it Noah? No. So everybody, dog, is getting jobs around me. Nigga, I got like highest achievement award. I was the best in class.
You were teaching some people.
Bro, and then they say teachers can't do. I was like, oh, damn. It's true. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's true. I can't be. Teachers don't get better jobs. You know what I mean? Like, I was like.
Maybe they thought you were going to be expensive.
Nigga, no. Bro, no.
Maybe they just went with the saying, those who can do.
That's what he's saying. But
that was my concern. That's me consoling myself. But I was like, nah, man, there's no way. Like, everybody around me has a job. I'm telling you, like, I'm talking like people that don't even do nothing. Like, I'm like, what?
Bare minimum.
What? You? No way. Like, and I'm seeing this Facebook, right? This stuff on Facebook is like going.
That's a blessing, though.
Bro,
in hindsight.
At the time, it wasn't because I needed that, right? And then, okay, so homie of mine who was in class with me, he's like, yo, and all the people I'm telling about, they're not even in, they left, they were out because like they realized this is not them. And I'm that person. Do you know the smell of coffee, dog? The smell of the coffee was the smell of the advertising environment. Whenever I smell coffee at home, I would just like, that's why I don't drink coffee. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink coffee because of that trauma. It's traumatic.
PTSD.
I'm telling you, bro. So we there, I'm like, oh my God, this guy calls like, yo, man, they looking for, it's 2010, they looking for people at work. You know, I gave him your thing because I was free. I was like, no ways. I'm chatting to these guys on inbox every day. I'm like, guys, what's happening? Anything's there?
Did you go for lunch?
What did you eat?
What's the
brief? Can I help you out on the brief or two?
Yeah. Bro, I'm telling you, like, yo, man, you don't understand the pain. The pain that, though, bro.
You're living vicariously through them.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm like, you guys are living my life. I deserve this. I was saying that. I deserve this more than you guys do. Because
you weren't saying it to them though, were you?
Am I? And I'm like, yo, man, got it. And then he hits me up, like, you know, what's his name?
Same guy who got the job that you.
No. This is another dude. He was a cool guy, you know. He was cool, he was chill, but he was cool, you know. But that wasn't him too. He's like, yo, I spoke to my boss. His name is Nell. I told him about you, and then he said you should come, you know. And at the time, they were taking anyone. Anybody would go to a draft FCB, Aspire. The draft is like, I'm in Alex. I can walk there if I want to. You know what I'm saying?
You just go over the bridge.
I took local cabs. It was the 400 at a time. And then I walked all the way down, you know, like psyching myself up. I get there. For the first time, I meet Innocent and Justice, the twins, right?
Yeah. I see a different.
And then also got them.
This thing was special. You know? It was different. I was dusty.
Let's leave it alone.
Bro, I was dusty. I was like, dog.
Shout out to see a different new year.
You know what I'm saying? Dust.
Because you've been working as well.
I'm telling, like, I was dust, bro. Get there.
Sun-kissed.
Bro, son, very kissed, huh? Like Shalamza.
French kiss. Salamzad.
But I get there and it's
Trademark.
like, okay, cool. So are you the guy? Yeah, okay, sharp, okay. Sponis, upete, you know, I'm like, you know,
Same time.
so the portfolio writing back, I show them. And I was like, okay, cool, this is nice. Okay. And then he comes back again. He's like, so I can expand. Yeah, okay. So yeah, okay. Bang. So test in 2010 World Cup. So finish logo. So blah blah blah. Okay, sharp. But now this guy is saying this to me, and he's saying he's putting me next to Innocent, and I have to compete with Innocent. I'm like, what? Not compete, but he's gonna choose which one is better.
It's one or the other, yeah.
You know? And then I'm like, obviously, I'm also like, my head is over there. I'm like, I can do this, you know, whatever. I'm excited, but I'm not really excited because I felt like I don't know what was there for.
Innocent and Justice then?
No, I didn't know them. But then when he saw me, I remember I did this illustration of sneakers, crazy, Air Force Ones, and there was like a blend mode. And then Innocent was like, yo, man, you really do love illustrations, huh? And I'm like, yeah, I do. It's like, you should keep at it. You know, you should keep doing it. It's cool. Because these guys were in the game. They understood MI Collective, which is like this collective of illustrators in Cape Town. They understood the game, the stuff that I was doing. I didn't understand it. Like, I didn't understand the magnitude of what I was doing. They did. So they could place me, if it was up to them, they could place me where I needed to be. Easy.
So they knew what to do with your work.
They knew what they could do with me.
Yeah.
You know, but maybe
what's that squad camp line? You got the raw talent, but you lack the know-how.
Exactly. Yeah. So now it's like the situation is now like, we see you, but if you get the background of how I told you how hungry I wasn't gonna keep quiet because in my head I'm like, for me to get this, I have to talk about it. I have to tell you how good and how da-da-da-da-da. I have to be Muhammad Ali up in this here. You know what I'm saying?
Pride, basically.
I have to. But then it didn't work on my favor. It seemed like I was way too confident, like, or arrogant or something. It didn't work like that with them. They read it like, nah, no, he's too much. You know, his work might be all right, but it's not even supposed to be here. Yeah. I didn't understand what I was doing, B. I didn't understand the magnitude of the work that I was doing. Yeah. Didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? So now I go home, I do this thing, I send it to them, no response at all, right? I'm like, oh, damn. So now you got hit with that. You got hit with the no response, but you hitting niggas up, like, yo, bro, like, no response.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, God, yo, this is weird, bro. Started applying for jobs and seeing what comes up, whatever. But now, obviously, then this thing comes back again. You know, this is and it's an important part of my story because I never want to leave it out. So obviously I do things things start opening up a little bit here and there. But then my homie, he's moving through, dog. You know, he got Asapara JJ's, you know, we don't go to thrift anymore. He's going to JJ's, bro.
I remember that stage in life.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, this guy's skinny jeans, like, you know, some
colorful
t-shirts, like some Chuck Taylors. I'm like, dang. Yeah. And then I'm like, I'm raw, like, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got my ways around this thing, you know? Didn't know, you know? But then, and then I'm moving through, things are kind of like opening up, but I feel like my thing is not official still. I've never been really official with my thing. It never became you work now. When I respond, you have an access card, you are this guy. And it's crazy because even if when I had that, it couldn't become that because for the longest of times, that wasn't who I was. That wasn't my way in it, you know? My way was like, you are not gonna settle. You are not, because what you wanted didn't happen when you wanted it to happen. So now I get a call again from the guys at Draft. Now, obviously, I'm loud now. And now I'm friends with these guys, you know, and so now I'm talking to them and they see what I'm doing. It's like, you know,
now they know you more.
Yeah, they have an idea of this kid. You know, it's like, it's loud. You know, we got Kyle's and his work and whatever. Then I get a call again by Nell. It's like, yo. But he hits me up this time as in Go France. It's like, yo, you need to come back. I need to see you when I'm...
Was he a Ken?
Probably at Cairns.
Obviously, you know.
Yeah.
He hit me up twice when he was at Cairns. It's crazy. So second time.
Throw some inspiration, yeah. I'm calling you from France.
I didn't know that, but I saw he was. I didn't even know what Cairns was at the time. Not even on the front.
Oh, he's just seeing like.
Yeah. Also, that's another thing.
Because I was posting.
Man, yeah.
Then he hits me up. He's like, yo, man.
Yeah, this is Facebook posting.
Yes, come see me on Monday. I'm in France right now. So I'll be back on Sunday. So Monday I'll be at the office. I get there. He's not there. No, he's there. He comes. And these guys are wearing suits now. Like, the suits, vintage suits era with the bands.
I remember that.
And I go there from Bryanston. I was working at Bryanston at this company called, I was at Krakow called Jensen International. They were doing packaging for Five Roses and Unilever and stuff. So can you imagine, so the only way I can get to Catherine from there is to take a taxi to Sandton.
And walk.
Oh no, to Randburg first, actually. And then take a taxi to Sandton and then walk down.
You have to take the Alex one. What is it called? The one that goes...
Yeah, I can Alex. It will under the bridge.
Yeah, I know
so
it.
If it's under the bridge, I get there, they tease me. Industry kind of,
Banter,
yeah, like, oh yeah, hey, what did he say? He said something. It's like he's it was like an inside joke, but like to the next person, it seemed like I was actually stealing cars because like or something like that. I'm like, whatever. It's like, so I get there, so they meet me this guy. I won't mention his name, and then I'm under him. He's like, yo. So now it's like, yo, sit with this guy. He's gonna walk you through it. What you need to do, what we need you. Huh?
Why would you mention his?
Because it's an important part that I don't. Because if I do, it'll put a
weird vibe.
Yeah. And I don't care. I can mention him.
Okay.
Maybe I will.
No, it's up to you. I was just.
So he's like, yo, man. Okay. So what do you have? Because he comes with this energy.
Yeah.
So I give him back the energy.
The advertising energy.
And now I give him the work. Now I'm like this. I'm like, kapenta. He's like, okay, cool. This is nice. Can you do this? Yes. Can you do this? Yes. Cool. I'm gonna give you a brief like they do, and then you're gonna have to answer the brief, and then I'll partner up with you.
Was it a legit brief or a dummy brief?
Well, I know.
Because when I got into
Guess I'll never know.
I got a dummy brief.
We'll never know.
Guess we'll never know. But here's the thing, right? This guy's like, I hit him up again. Like, so he hits me up. So whatever, I send him back the email.
Are you going there for like one day at a time?
What do you mean? Yes, like they call me they call me. I don't call them.
It's the high.
Because I respond to the brief.
Yeah.
Bloom.
Send it, whatever, yeah.
And then now it's like, yo.
So it's not like you've got a desk that.
Nah. Obviously, it wouldn't work because I have a job now or I have a situation, And I wouldn't want to risk that situation because I was there for days, a week. I could choose whatever days, but it was paying me, It kept me fresh,
Thing,
Food on the table, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My mom wasn't as... I told my mom I love you and I got you. You know what I'm saying? Because of that situation. I remember I got 5K, my first gig, not even a job, to edit a magazine. And this guy gave me 5,000. That was my first paycheck from the industry. I gave most of the money to my mom because I didn't understand what to do with it. Because I didn't understand what's the point of shining if my mom's not shining, because she's the one that's supposed to put the shine on me. So I would give her money so she can put it back on me.
Message.
You feel me? Like I give her like maybe 3 stacks. Then I bought myself some onitsukas at the time. I was obsessed with that, And some just few things, but I gave her the money like 3K from the 5K. She's never. I'm the second son, and I was the first. I used to give her money all the time. It was like that was a moment where she actually announced it. You know what I'm saying? To the whole family,
Right.
And then they thought she was worried. That's why she had to announce it. She thought maybe I was doing something bad or for real. It's like she was worried. She was like, no ways. Yeah. I don't know if I just want you guys to know that if I'm an accomplice for something, you guys need to understand.
She's just creating an alibi of some sort.
She's vindicating herself.
But she was saying that because our parents never tell us how they feel. They only tell other people how they feel about us. They can only be true to. They can't be really real with us. They can be real to their friends about us, to their partners, which is like maybe your dad, stepdad, boyfriend, whatever the situation is, or your aunt, but they can't be real with you because they feel like
That's true.
It can mess up some
they need to shield
dynamic.
you. Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So now that happened. So now that's what's my situation, right? So now I go back there, bro. I do this thing. I send it back, no response. I hit this guy up, like, yo, man, he was also going, I think I'm in Cape Town. When I get back to the office, I'll let you know. I was like, nah, F it, bro. I'm done with this, right? I get it. Now, look, I want you to understand the trajectory, né? It's like I've been getting paid, like, doing freelance jobs or whatever. All I wanted was a job. For me, all I wanted was a job. So
you wanted a pay slip.
Oh, that's all I wanted. Because I wanted to feel official. I wanted to feel like this thing is not like a fly-by-night thing.
Yeah.
This thing is something.
Yeah.
Employee number.
The only thing I got was I used to get paid. I used to have a job that used to pay me maybe at the time 5.8, 6. Depending on what I'm doing, sometimes I'll get more money, but like I'll freelance on the side. It will come up nice somewhat. I went to low bowl to go intern to get paid 3.5 because I needed a formal situation where
security of some
where there's an HR lady that knows me. I'm in the books. I pay UIF and all that stuff. Like I'm something. I'm something. You know what I'm saying? I have a desk that I get a brief. I get called for meetings. I exist in this bigger scheme of things. Get this. It doesn't happen like that. So I get the internship. There's this guy, friend of mine, his name is Sam. At the time, I got him there. He's from Cameroon. I find him there. Dude is like, so, okay. I was a little bit of a revolutionary there. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I get there, his name is put out as, he's a trainee. They put him down as trainee. No, trainee, right? No, he's an intern, right? And then they put me down as intern. Then they put us as trainees. Sorry, they put us down as trainees. Yeah. They put this white girl and this Indian girl. Oh no, white boy and Indian girl and this other dude as Junior. Interns. Oh, okay. Right? And then, okay, cool. I don't mind because it's a call sheet, right? So they have to, it's a registry. It's like an office directory. So you see everyone's title there. Okay, cool. So we're there, we do whatever. We have a bullpen, we call it a bullpen, where it's like it's us, the kids, coming up with ideas, crazy ideas. But then these two are taking up space, but it's cool. I'm like, we're not gelling because I'm trying to come with like the stories. I'm trying to tell stories of where I come from with these brands. I'm trying to attach these brands to the people that support these brands and tell a story that is aligned. Masses. That's aligned to
an authentic story.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't really, not to say, they don't get it. They don't get the story element of this brand partnership with the consumer. And I'm talking like the black consumer, because you can't tell me that but barakang bull brand mostly. You can't tell me that but barakang Norox or I'm talking like those brands I'm talking like Unilever is not made up. It's not made up of you feel me? Like it's made up for a certain LSM, and I'm trying to talk to those people because I'm part of those people. If I'm not those people. You know what I'm saying? So now there's this thing where it's like Arutwa, and I'm not getting the stuff that I'm trying to get. We get ignored. They're not trying to grow us. Meaning
they don't feel the references that you even putting
because
across.
in advertising, the most important thing is the more jobs you get, the better you get. And I wasn't getting any jobs. I was getting shelved. So I'm shelved. I'm not getting jobs, meaning I can't look for work. If I can't look for work, if I say I worked with this brand and this brand and this brand and this brand and this brand, that's work. 5 brands.
Your portfolio.
Yeah, that's work. That's work. Now, I had to look for work using my personal portfolio as an illustrator, not necessarily as an art director, which I wanted to be. Yeah. But in the midst of that, I get a call from Neo for the third time. He's like, yo, where are you? I'm like, I'm in Bryanston. No. I had left. No, so I worked there and then I leave. I go to here, actually. Started working here. There's a company called Black Khaki here. And then 2014, I get a thing with Punk and Ivy. We do legit.
Punk and Ivy.
So that pays out. Now that pays out, right? It pays out. I'm at the brink of quitting work. So I'm doing this thing with Punk and Ivy. It's paying out. Red Bull is coming through. It's paying. I'm doing this thing with Nando's. It's paying. I'm sitting on a. I'm sitting.
I remember the Nando's stuff. Is it the artworks?
Selling Peter's Baker. Right.
Mall of the North.
Mall of the North,
yeah.
right?
And then Nando's, I'm like,
This is 2014.
yeah, like, how? I know this guy.
They buy the work. Now I'm sitting on good budgets, and I'm getting paid like 12K. 12K. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Because I moved from local to TCC. That didn't work, and I moved here. While I'm here, he hits me up. He's like, "Yo, man, come through. Let's talk."
I remember your time at TCC.
Yeah. Right. Were you there?
No,
That's when I met Lungi and a lot of other cats. Right. Yeah. So, but crazy thing is like, so there's a lady called Lerato. I don't know if you know her. Lerato, she was friends with Vanessa. But it's like the connection was, I've seen you before, but I don't know where I've seen you from.
Yeah.
But I've seen her 2009 through Vanessa's live.
Yeah.
Something.
And now I meet up with her, and then we become cool because my namesake, Lazi Mathebula, she's friends with her. He's friends with her.
Lazarus Man.
Yeah, so Lazarus Man. So she hits me up thinking she's hitting him up. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's me. And then it's like, and then, okay, that's another story. So, but now it's like, so I'm here, and then he hits me up. I go to Brian. Now he's like at Ogilvy. He's like, yo, dog, I'm sorry for the goose chase. That's the stuff that happened before because I wasn't going to be there. So I didn't want you to be there without me there. But now I'm here and I want you here. What do you say? I'm like, yo, what do you say, bro? This time I'm keeping it light. He's like, okay, cool. I'm going to link you up with this guy who you're going to work with. He's going to have to suss you out and see if, you can work together. And I was like, okay, cool. So these guys are shooting a radio ad.
Shooting a radio ad.
Recording.
No, they're recording a radio ad. Sorry. They're recording a radio ad.
Yeah.
There by you.
Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah.
Because it's up from Ogilvy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm there, bro. This guy's like, yo, come, let's talk. I show him the work. Now I understood what it was. So this guy, this other, I can't remember. I don't know. He probably sees me all the time. I don't know him anymore. I don't know him. I never really took I didn't know him. So
you didn't register him.
Nah, at all.
Yeah.
So this guy's like, okay, cool. When I left from that meeting, I was like, I'm not gonna get this gig. Therefore, I quit. I quit where I'm working. With immediate effect.
Explain how that makes sense to you.
So it's like, I'm not going to get this job because I told them I want like 20K or something. But it's not about the money, but I feel like I drowned this guy with the work. Because you need to understand, I've been building myself up to work for this guy. Like now. Once I got to know who he was and stuff. So somewhat I had to just quit. I was like, I'm quitting there because I'm done with this whole thing.
Okay.
So I'm done with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if this is how these guys are going to play me.
I'd rather not play at all.
At all, dog, you know? And then I leave. I leave work. I tell them, like, 1 September, I'm like, I'm leaving. He's like, when are you leaving? It's lunchtime. I'm like, no, I'm at lunchtime. I go Bram. So I used to go to Bram all the time. Got lunch. And then I'm like, all right, no worries. I mean, I take a taxi to Bram. It's like 5 rand, 7 minutes, and I'm there. And I'm like, this is life. Get this. But also, I got a bag. I got money that I'm saving up from these gigs that I've been doing on the side.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid security here, And I got money that's like, that can make me live for a year. If I didn't get any gigs, I would live for a year, pay rent, and be okay. If I didn't get any jobs. Yeah, because I was paying 3K for rent. So I could live 2014 in town, somewhere in Marshalltown. Right? So I'm paying like 3. I'm like, with the money that I have, I can live for like
A year.
Maybe 2 years.
Ah, nice.
Still pay rent and bill. If I didn't get a single gig, which is not possible, right? So now it's like, okay, cool, whatever. So I quit. As I saw it, I didn't get the call. But get this, I don't get the call. I quit. So lunchtime, I'm at the it's summer, it's like spring, and it's Atila spring. It hits different. It hit me.
It's nice.
It hit me here. It made me make a decision because it hit me here. Like, no ways. I cannot miss the sun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need the sun.
Sitting in the office, missing the sun.
I'm telling to these guys, like, we're walking to dope store. It's lunchtime, bro. Like, it's lunchtime.
Yeah.
You're walking from Bram to dope store to go see Scotch.
Yeah.
And just kick it and then come
town.
back, and then take a taxi back to the office. And then I was telling the guy that I'm quitting work today. And it was on maybe Tuesday. I went to Ogilvy on my Thursday or Friday. I didn't get anything back because I was expecting an immediate response because of how I got the call,
Yeah.
I was like, nah, it's done. So I tell the guys.
So hang on. I'm confused. You're going to Ogilvy.
So
did
Yeah.
you stay Ogilvy Leboneo?
No, I didn't get the call back. I was anticipating not to get the call back because I drowned the guy that I was supposed to have a meeting with. Like the guy who was supposed to work with. He was like a partner of mine or whatever.
Okay.
But he was a senior, so he knew the game or whatever. But with the stuff that I came with and the mentality that I had, it drowned him because I felt that's when I felt like he wants this person in him, but it's not him. So it's going to be a projection all the time.
Yeah.
Seeing someone who's like, and I told him, no, I was like to me, and if you want to travel, you can travel. Because I was traveling at the time. I think I was. I don't know if but he was saying like, if you have to travel, go over whatever. Because you could see the stuff that I was doing. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had shows overseas, but I was here,
Yeah.
So it was like, if you have to go, you just have to tell us and it's fine. We'll figure it out, whatever. You know how it is, right? So I'm like, cool. I thought he's cool with that. He's fine. He got it. And so, but my guy here, who I don't know, drowned, bro. Like he was here with it. So now I don't get the call.
So when you say you're quitting TCC.
The game.
He's saying he's quitting advertising. Ecosystem,
the system.
He's good.
Maro said it's a guy.
So it's a black car key.
Yeah, it's a taxi away from Bram.
Ke tshela machita gore ba fethu nna ka tima span. Machita ba ra mfethu tima jwang se I'm nang ya ke span.
Okay.
But no ways, don't quit. I'm like, I'm leaving. And I remember there's a guy called Franklin Mzimela. He's in Belgium. When I was in Belgium, I was at his house. I stayed there for like 5 days, right? And he was there. And the way he told me about me, I just met this guy, bro. He told me about my work. He's from Durban. He came in maybe for a week. The way he was saying the stuff he was saying about my work, I was like, no ways. If I don't do this, I will never get out. So I was like, I'm quitting, guys. I made that decision right there. And the guy's like, what? I'm like, nah, I'm not going to span for now. But what? It's okay, and you go. So it's fresh. I don't have to owe you anything. I might have worked for 2 days over. You can keep that, I go back to the office here, literally, here. Go black car. There's an office with a yellow corrugated Mazanka yellow there. It used to be there, but it moved now. Come in, I come with an attitude, Tupac attitude. But not like Tupac, but like just like, Tupac inside. I want out. And then he's like, yo, man, we need a thing. We have a presentation, a thingy at 3. We need to. I was like, Aldri, I need to talk to you about something. He's like, what? I'm like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. He's like, why? I'm like, I don't know. I don't think it's me, I'm trying. I just want to figure this thing out of this environment. This kind of thing is not working for me. But I'll tell you how the epiphany hits me. Dog, I don't have a whip. And I'm calculating me getting a car. I'm like, it's impossible. I was like, if I can't buy a car, if it's so impossible for me to get a whip, and I work, it's hard. Like, I can't do it. I can't work if it's so hard for me to even reach something that I want. And I'm not saying I want like a Beamer at the time or whatever. I just want a car. I can't. And also in my head, I'm thinking I have to get a car cash. I can't save up for, I don't have the patience to save up for that much because so, but I can figure it out on my own. He's like, I understand you, dog. Do your thing. I'm with you. I support you, you know? I was like, cool. And he then gave me the Nando's gig through his friend who worked at Nando's, blah, blah, blah. Cool, I leave. Shortly after that, obviously things happen, you know, whatever, I'm cool, I'm settled. I move, I work, I do these things, and then we do Beautiful Boys. It starts, you know, start this thing and it goes now. It just goes. And then it gets to a point, my point here is that it gets to a point where this dude is like, remember the guy that I didn't want to mention? He tells Bongane, who makes these candles, and Twice, his partner, Book of Swag, he's like, you know, Lazi was supposed to work for me. And then I didn't give him that job. And I think it was a blessing in disguise because if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't have done the stuff that he's doing. And this is like me now. I've gone overseas. I've gone maybe to Amsterdam like 3 times. I've been to Paris. And everything, like with work now. It's like, and now they see this stuff happening. And he's like, if it wasn't for me, and you need to understand, this is not like, I'm not going there because the company is paying for me to be there and represent awards, whatever. No, it's like, we're moving different, right? Then he tells the guys, you know what I said to the guys? I was like, what do you guys think? You know? They're like, nah, he's crazy. I'm like, you know, it's crazy for him to say that him not giving me a job when I needed a job is a blessing in disguise. No, it's not. Let me decide that. I needed the job when I needed it. And you deciding my fate like that is not how it works. Do you feel me? You can't tell me that you were looking out for me for not giving me what I needed. Because I still had to go find a job.
Yeah. Were they at Allen Devonport at this time?
No, still there. Now when the comment comes up, you know, dude is there or something, you know, the guy, you know. Yeah. And then he's telling people. Now it became word on the blog, like
he's because you see, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying because I can't tell you how to feel.
Yeah,
when you need a job, you needed a job. I do because I said it even like it was a blessing in disguise, but I don't agree that it's not that he gave you a blessing.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what he's saying, what he's saying is not wrong.
Yeah, consequential.
You know, what he's saying is not completely wrong. It's just that he didn't give you that blessing.
Yeah,
it was a blessing in this. He's trying to own that.
Yeah, he's trying to own something that's God.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's like how you would say if you were to talk about me.
Yeah.
If he was to talk about me or him or what, you know what I'm saying? If you guys were to talk about me, it will be almost come from a personal personal space, right? Yeah. He doesn't have that.
He doesn't have that perspective.
So now he wants to have a personal space with me. But he had it. He had an opportunity to give me something. Then I'll decide that I don't want to be here anymore. Because I still went job hunting after that.
Sure.
Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not talking about now.
Yeah.
Because even, you know, whatever. But like, we cool. And like, it's crazy because it's wild. Like, it's crazy, dog. My life is wild, bro.
Yeah.
The stuff that even now, like, I think when I had a baby, bro, when I was good. I'm, you know, chill. Like, you know, I was doing good, like making this. I still went. I called Nell.
You went back, yeah.
I called him. I was like, yo, man, I need a job. I have we're talking about cars. I was driving, you know, a car that was paid for cash. I bought it cash.
What car was it?
You know,
something. It moved around.
I bought I had a car that I was driving cash. I bought cash. I had money in my account, chilling. I was like, I wanted to set an example to be a dad, right? So I was like, I need to be a great example for my child. I need to have a formal kind of situation. So I hit up Nell on a Sunday. He's like, yo, come see me, you know, Tuesday or whatever. I go, I see him. We sit. He's like, do you like the environment? Suss it out. I worked there for like 5 days. And then after that, he's like, you want to be here? I'm like, yeah, let's kick it. And then people are getting paid, right? And I'm like, I'm not fascinated by payday. It's not like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like I can see.
Which agency was this at this time?
MC Sachi.
MC Sachi, yeah.
So
Okay.
people are like hitting it, you know, because like, you know? And I'm like, I'm not feeling this. Like, I'm not feeling this energy. And then, okay, cool. And then I was there for a month. Then the energy was weird because of like the niggas that were there and how they wouldn't understand the part dynamics. They couldn't take it. They couldn't take the fact that I was already established and cats know me in the game, the girls, and you know how like girl complexities with niggas. Like maybe you like a girl, but a girl is not necessarily, it's not she likes me, but she's giving me, you know, attention like, yo,
like
this guy, whatever.
But even when they talk
But
to
then
you,
cats don't want that because they don't get that energy. It's like I'm not doing anything. They're doing a lot for, you know.
for the attention
You
that
get
you're
me?
getting.
And I'm not. It's like, so there were sabotages, literally sabotages where this guy doesn't tell me about a brief. He's my partner. Doesn't tell me about a brief that we're supposed to do together.
But he's your partner.
He
told me this story and I was like,
he gets a brief Thursday. Tola brief Thursday. Unchala Sunday. Saturday ka 10 wedding is near on Sunday morning. I was like, what is this? Do you feel me? So yeah, and then when cats were getting briefs, I wasn't getting excited. I was like, there was payday. I got paid. I didn't really, not to say I didn't feel it, but it's like
you didn't just start getting money.
Sorry? I didn't. It's like no, it's there. It's adding to whatever I have. So it's like, then I'm sorry to say this, but I realized that Mokgethwa, there's something, because they have investments and things like that. When they get paid, maybe if you get paid like 60K, you like, this is going towards my 3 kids' school fees, monthly installment. I don't even know what, you know, I don't touch it like that. Yeah. So we like, that's our livelihood. Like if I get paid 20 or 24, which is, it's obviously there's nothing wrong with that. It's like when you get the money, you like, yo, I need to do this, I need to do that. So I was already on another level, but I felt like I needed that as closure. So I can close that door. And chapter, from him specifically. And then, you know, after we sat down and I told him like, nah, I don't think I can do this.
Yeah, it's come full circle.
And then he's like, so what you want to do? And I tell him like, I just want to print t-shirts, you know, straight up. And then he was like, you know, there's other things that we can talk off air, but you know what I'm saying?
I was about to call you, I was like, yo, chill. Because I've had this story, I was like, yo, it's chill.
I'm gonna hit Neil up like after this. I'm gonna hit Neil up. I'm like, sit down and just have a chat.
I said, I'm like, nah, not now.
I think for me, so that's my life, full circle. Yeah. And then this, you know what I'm saying? I think that wraps it up for me because there's so many things in between, you know, the trajectory, because it's not like this. It's like, you know, like, but then at the end of the day, it's like, you know, there's other things, you know, you guys know, there's other things that I'm on. It's like printing teas has always been something that I love. And I'm, you know, whether it's like I make 1 sale today or 20 sales tomorrow, it doesn't matter. As long as we are making the teas and we have them set up and we have this thing that we came up from. We came up like from ritual stores. We came up through like, you know, the Gallery on 4th, the Monk concept stores, all these things. We came up from that environment.
Y'all don't know about the Monk concept stores. Y'all don't know about them.
I haven't had
you know, I found like,
bro, when I actually, like,
yes.
That's funny. Like when I was rocking the dunks.
Yes.
I don't know about that.
You know, like I saw them at Monk's first. Yeah, I copped them at Skate Revolution, but
you see,
whereas the experience of me loving
the blazers that I was telling you about, I got them at Monk's.
Blazers,
And so that environment.
Shout out to Dylan.
And so, but you know, there's other things. I'm just telling you my story, but also my story is a part of other people's story where they could say, Lazi, I put Lazi on and which is,
I didn't give Lazi a job. Now
you know,
he's
but
shining
the people that put me on, they don't even say this stuff. Like MK put me on. And I'll say it now live, like MK Fresh put me on.
I think I have a relationship with you because
I wouldn't know
MK
you guys
Fresh.
without him. I met you through a screen, dog, running through corridors, got cheese scope up and all black. And he's like, yo, look at these guys that I'm working with, or like whatever. It's like my young homies. I'm like, yo, these are not. You know when you say, when they say are you guys from Joburg?
Yeah.
I was like, are they guys from here? So he put me on, bro. Like,
I remember there was like hunting for kicks early days, bro.
Yes.
We were sitting out at like what was it? In Rosebank, dog. Mimos or something.
Mimos, yeah.
Remember we had that meeting.
But early days.
Yeah, like
it's crazy.
Early days. Like early days.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even because how it happened. It's crazy how hunting for kicks happened.
Yeah.
So MK he was in Cape Town. He's doing a sneaker show with Zaid on a phone, driving a car. That was the intention.
Yeah.
A car show. It's crazy. I have Kisa Spana Rakolopul Kapaya they will allow us to buy a laptop. I bought this iMac, the MacBook Pro. Remember the silver ones with the square joints? The other ones. After the white ones, they cut that one before the new stuff.
Yeah. That's the one we used to record on. Yeah. The silver. Like,
we used to record video.
We used to record like
the big joints.
MK is like, yo, I know you have a laptop with a camera. You know, they don't get this. It's like MK is like, you have a laptop with. He didn't have. It wasn't there.
It wasn't.
It's like, I know you have a laptop with a camera.
Yeah.
I want you to come with the laptop. We need to record Mo. For sneaker.
Was outside the shop, man. The first episode.
No, that was the second episode.
Oh, really?
Because the official first episode, was Zaid, and in a car in Cape Town.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. Yeah, and you won't because it's like it came out like it wasn't on YouTube, it was on Facebook somehow.
Early days, boy.
But now the second one, Mo is my boy. You know how I met Mo is also another story, but he's my boy. So he hits me out. MK's like, yo man, come through with your laptop. I live in town. Come through with your laptop. I wanna shoot Mo. I want us to sit down with Mo, and we do the thing. So I did the first Hunting for Kicks logo, but it was disapproved. And then Daniel Ting Chong did like the official HFK, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I did mine with the laces. No, I was crazy with the graphics. Just like, calm down. Just give me a font. You know, so we're sitting down outside Pata Pata. Or was it Pata Pata? Bioscope was there, whatever. It was Pata Pata and what?
Pata Pata.
There was another thing there.
Pata Pata Bioscope.
I just remember Pata Pata.
Okay, we're sitting outside Pata Pata. And then my laptop is sorry, it's not working properly. I'm like, but Mo, dog, didn't you bring your camera? Because you have stuff, right? He's shooting. He's like, yeah, actually I do. But MK didn't know that. MK didn't know that Mo
was a shooter.
No, we didn't know that. I'm like, no, just set up your thing, and then you can tell me how to do it. So then he comes out with the computer camera, sets it up. He does the whole thing.
And then
my man is fascinated. He's like, whoa.
Change the game.
Now there's a meeting without me. It's great. That's how it happened. I'm telling you. And then obviously he ran with it. They ran with it. But I was there all the time, you know, helping with the reflectors or whatever. Yeah. But because I always had like a love for kicks, right?
Yeah.
Even when I couldn't afford them. So it's like, I just want to be part of this environment because I might not have anything to offer according to these guys. But, it'll show itself. You know what you know.
What are you gonna do?
It's crazy, bro. Like it's crazy how even with that sneaker culture thing, you know what I mean? Like with hunting for kicks and how a lot of us were soldiers in the hunting for
cleaning
kicks.
Sneakers.
Remember, that's where I'm going. Like we pan. you know what I mean? It was like even when they were debuting like like a new season and we'd be there, we had the merch. We rocked the t-shirt.
You guys were in it, you know. You guys
welcome.
Nike babies, these ones.
We were cleaning sneakers, bro. Yeah. And that's why
you walked into Soul Meat on the left.
Yeah,
they were there.
There's stations for cleaning sneakers.
And there was only one Soul Meat.
Yeah, there was only one.
Who did Soul Meat?
MK.
Yeah, because I was in Cape Town at that time. I was like,
it was crazy because with Soul Meat, what was supposed to happen, it was supposed to obviously, continue. And that's the thing about like the part dynamic sometimes. It's like when you guys have so much power that you don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And it's like these guys have been like part of the culture from its inception, and I don't think they're getting.
They just do.
They don't at all. Like they're not getting the stuff that they're not getting the stuff they work for. And I'm saying this because for me personally, without them, there was certain things that would have been this dude has Sanele had a blog, Sneaker Tongues, you know.
Sneaker Tongues.
There was nothing.
There was a BBM group, bro.
Bro. Do you know? It's like, so these guys, for me, they were like the institution. And like, I remember you knew cats with like they sneaker with their handles.
Yeah, you didn't know their names.
With their blog handles, not necessarily their names. And it was awkward when you call someone Ibn Musari blogspot.com. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? It's like, and that's real. And now, but the trajectory of like how
that was a rich culture time. You know?
I'm telling you, the black. I mean, come on, talk about the black, bro.
The black. The black.
And what these
stories, bro.
I'm telling you, and how these guys, how for me, the black was I didn't even, like I said, I knew you as that.
Yeah.
Before I knew you as your name. And we didn't care about the quality.
Yeah, the quality was off. The quality was off.
There's this one man, Scoop is wearing a leather jacket and is in the like, I'm like, I don't
remember that one,
bro.
He was wearing the MCM jacket.
Yeah. It was at ritual stores.
And it was dark, bro. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get this. I don't care what.
And you got it. No. And it's like, and you was like
sneakers, bro.
And it's high, it's like, so for me, that was like, and those are the things that like, we care about. I remember there's another. You did an episode with Chalk, right?
Yeah.
Outside.
No, Chalk was. What did we do with Chalk?
Chalk is Stilo.
No, Chalk. We did a track. We did music with Stilo. I don't remember.
Did you do? No, man. Didn't you do anything out of OST?
No, I think was it not?
We performed. We performed with Stilo.
Contoya AD.
Yes.
Throwdown. Remember Throwdown?
Yeah, Throwdown.
I used to do flyers for Throwdown.
Throwdown was at Ritual as well.
Always do.
80, 85.
I used to do flyers for Throwdown.
And it's crazy how it's still all in that, because now AD is doing a lot of stuff with Bhutan, you know what I mean? And it's still in the fashion
still in the same culture.
And then like, I knew him from a sneaker, Boogaloos.
Ooh, AD.
Yes.
Why actually went to school with him?
Yeah.
Did you, you were not there when they shot this thing with MK, where they were like doing it was a street style. He was. Oh,
Kitso did shoot that, remember? You did a shoot with MK.
Oh, Saba Kataza, Kataza.
You did that.
I shot that.
And then
you shoot the video.
Yeah. Not the video of the song.
Not the video of the
song. That song on the video.
Yeah, you put the song on the video.
I remember they were shooting. You were there. You were standing him. You were standing him.
Listen.
Can I say something?
And I remember it was cold and I left with one of your jackets. The NSW jackets with the you put that jacket on me. You're like, yo, I see you go, hold on to that.
AD, finally we speak of AD.
What was it called again?
Yeah.
Ayanda is one of the main
reasons.
reasons. Yeah, it's one of the main reasons why I hit up Kitso and said like, yo, let's do a podcast.
Right?
Because he had a podcast.
Aquarianox.radio.
Yeah.
I was there.
All of us. And I had that.
I was there.
I had that stuff and I was like,
you know
man.
what they recorded there?
Where?
Ritual Stores. By Polite Studio.
And that's
Richard was the one.
Beyond One Epstein and Combat Jack, and for me to be like, yo, we need to do a podcast.
There was also
locally was like, this guy's doing this thing.
He was
Elder Third had a video one.
Yeah. I missed that one.
It was Vin something.
I forget what it was called.
I missed that one. But AD, shout out to AD.
AD did that. And we were there. I remember, and he was like, what I liked about AD was he put on Triple S on the show, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? It's like, who would think of putting a skate cats on a radio show? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like skate is about visual representation.
Yeah.
But then he gave him like, yo, we need audio representation of what you guys do. And I'm there with meeting Fry Pan for the first time. I met him. He was waiting for AD. He came to meet up with AD. I meet up with him because it's like you're wearing Vans, shorts, and a cap and a vest. I'm like, who's this cat? And I'm wearing like some other too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so we ended up obviously, talking because we're waiting, almost like saying, I'm here. And it's like, OST's not open. Yeah. It was on a Sunday, Ritual Stores wasn't open.
Yeah, the red doors.
So
closed.
It's like, so we chill, and then Thingy comes. Chaba comes he's now the thread now between me and Fry Pan. And then I remember I gave them stickers. I gave him some stickers because I used to carry my work everywhere I go. I gave 80. They still have them. They send me these things all the time.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like, and I remember when he shot that, and I was like, I want in. Me, I was that cat. I want in.
Yeah.
Anything that you're doing that I can help you with, I want in.
Yeah.
Don't pay me. I just want in, because if I'm with you, you can say, this is the guy that does the graphics, and then I'll meet so and so through you. You know, so with Osmic was the same, because Mo.
Social capital.
I'm taking Mo's his story. I'm telling it. Mo did a logo for Kenzero. Do you remember the Kenzero logo with the cap?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the glasses and the cap?
Yeah.
Mo did that.
I didn't know more.
Mo was a graphic designer before he became
a videographer.
I remember him as a graphic designer though.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was inspired by Mo when I saw that logo. It changed my thinking when it came to like designing because of what he did, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's crazy, like, you know, but it's like OST Ritual Stores has like a big place, a huge place. Like there's nothing, I can't feel it out. Like it's crazy. It's like in my heart, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's too much for me, you know.
It's a special place, man.
It's culture for me, because it's a culture that made me conscious. And if I didn't go through that, I wasn't going to be as conscious as I think I am now. Because we were like literally doing poetry there, bro. Like, you know, poetry.
With Kagiso now.
With Kagiso, that's how I met Kagiso. So I have like people that you wouldn't, even Kagiso now, is Kagiso now. You know, he's like, you know, he's different.
He's not the same guy.
He's not the guy that, you know, gothic. He's not gothic. You know what I'm saying? Because that's.
I mean, still does the all black, but.
No, his name. There was there was a girl named Gothic. But you know, anyway, so it's like, yeah, man, you know.
Funny stuff when you talk about ritual stuff. That's why I met you for the first time.
Word.
Yeah.
Go to Ritual Stores.
Ritual Stores, the nominees announcement. You were in this yellow parka. Casper walked in as well.
Oh, you were wearing the Carhartt
yellow parka.
Yeah, the Carhartt yellow parka. And then, because I was still working at Kula at that time, and I was covering, and they're like, okay, cool, go see.
Oh, you worked at Kula.
I did.
You that nigga.
That's how I met him, because of Kula, because he wrote a review on our mixtape. And that's how I met this dude.
Yo, bro.
It was crazy.
Degrees of separation.
Hey, tiny.
Yeah, this is
Crazy.
Yeah, nah, this is.
Okay. So now, you said something interesting, right? Like I see that the golden thread and how we connect people through, you know, either what we listen to or the spaces we're in, or even what we're dressed in. You know what I mean? And now you said something interesting when you said you just want to print T-shirts. Now, where does that love come from, and why something as quote unquote, well, let's say fundamental. I would say basic, but it's fundamental.
Right.
You know what I mean? But why would you pick something that people view as basic?
Because it's basic. That's the first, you know. It's I have the privilege to do anything that I want as an industrial, you know, as an industrial person, and I'm into like industrial stuff, right? And I just wanted to have the first access to see my work, come to life was through T-shirts, right? Because it's like a T-shirt could be $20 at the time, you know, and then printing it, you can print it, you can draw on a T-shirt, you can do anything. So I think that access of like having to see your work come to life through something that's a garment. And
what's
it's
this $20? Is it Fruit of Loom?
No, it's like old. I'm just giving you an example, right? Fruit of the Loom is not $20. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit up.
Don't derail. That was so good. He said that. Don't derail.
Times 4.
I know. Yeah.
But yeah, I think so. The love for teas also was like, okay, when I was introduced to advertising, I realized how things were made, right? How packaging was made, because I worked in packaging for a long time. How ads were made, because I've seen ads come to life. How, you know, like just how things were. And I was like, this is so fascinating to me, because now the only thing that some people don't really understand is how T-shirts are also made. It's like you don't know how things are printed. Now, obviously, there's access to this stuff, but at the time, I didn't understand how things were done. So it was like the closest medium to express and share my work, because not everybody would be interested in a print. Maybe they're not into it like that at the time. But a T-shirt, everybody can wear a T-shirt because people like wearing T-shirts, right? And I think the idea of like having something as basic as a T-shirt, but making it like, giving it even more life, right? And not overlooking the fact that it's a basic T-shirt. So make the basic beautiful, make the basic likable, make the basic wanted. Like, I want to have this basic because it is a basic, and basics are very essential. You know what I'm saying? Because everything else you can make could not work for everybody else, but everybody has a T-shirt. You sleep in it, maybe, jog in it, rock it, whatever. It's like you do have like that. So there's a connection through that, And I think it's been that, like I was telling Lazi, that I find peace, in seeing like all these things that are my intellectual property, and it's like, it's how you do it that makes, and it's like, it's a crowded space, you could say, but it's how you do it that sets you apart, right? Because we did this brand as we open up the store. So this T-shirt is as old as the store. So if the store is 7 weeks, the T-shirt is 7 weeks. And it sells, it sells just as quick as, as everything else that we have in the store. But like also, I had to express myself because I did design in there and I showed some teas there and they sold out at the time and I lost the money. Like I did first night, Kachuna Nyugu, I took that money, Kiko wala thing, Second night, Karekisa, maybe I sold two first night, opened another, maybe more than that, first night. And then second night, Karekisa, maybe 180, two at stock, right? And I lost that money, bro. Like, I lost maybe 4K, lost the wallet in the middle of a breakdown. I don't know if you guys know a breakdown after a concert or whatever, or like an event.
Strike down.
Yeah, so when things are going down, people are picking up, I lose money, bro, all day. And then there was another day to recoup, but I didn't make that much. It was like maybe 4-3. I've been trying to recover since, you know what I'm saying? On the financial side of things, I think it's it's like you've been trying to recover subliminally. That's always been it. Just like, but the love for making T-shirts just comes from like just wanting to see my work live and just, be seen and just be worn and just, just like the basic stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like, I think the premise of it is like, because you can't afford the sculpture for whatever, 30K, you can afford the T-shirt, which is done by the same person and has the same love and premise that I put into everything else that I do. So everything else that you get from me is an extension of everything else that I do that maybe you can't have access to. But this is still me, and it still has my curation to it. It still has like my, my faults to it. You know what I mean? Like it still has like those same intention that the sculpture or like the rug or the print might have.
Where are the rugs?
You want us to get robbed? No, the rugs are, because
That's high tier.
Yeah, POA stuff.
POA.
They're in a vault.
POA, man. SQ.
But yeah, but it's the love, I think that's the way it is.
Damn, man.
The love.
For the love of T-shirts.
Gotta get the T-shirt, man. This is the last question from me, which ties into what we were saying, you know what I mean? And like again, like shout out to the good folks at Kiwi,
Kiwi.
How do you, because they have the slogan like wear your pride, and then how do you think you wear your pride?
I think I wear my pride in things that people don't see, and in choosing me, every single day, every single minute, hour, and choosing me. You feel me? It's a very difficult thing to do in these times, Like, I'm not saying in these times because of the pandemic, but like for the past, things have changed. Like the past 6 years, there's been a different energy to the world that we live in, and it's hard to choose yourself because there's a lot of things that you think are reflecting or a reflection of who you are, but they might not really be there. So I think my pride is more about choosing me, and then everything else will kind of like fall in place because, if I choose me, then I'll become a great dad to my daughter. You know what I'm saying? If I choose me, then, I progress better with my plans and work. And if I choose me, I become a better friend, a better mentor to those that are close to me, if I choose me, you know what I'm saying? Like I do better things so that, I don't have to regret the things that I didn't do. And because it's easy, I don't have to catch up. I don't want to play catch up. I don't want to get to a point where I'm playing catch up. So I have to always choose me.
That's a dope one, man. Message.
Yeah, that's all you can say after that. Message. But yo, Lazi, man, thank you, man. I think we finally have our first guest on the show.
Yeah. It's come full circle now.
Full circle. After 6 years, our first guest.
It's finally here.
Yeah.
Our first guest for the Sober.
Because at that time, he was the only person that I knew who was like sort of doing things. And Kitso's like...
No, he was enamored with you, this guy, dog.
Yeah. Kitso's like...
Bro, but like,
Kitso's like, yo, look for a guest. I'm like, I know this guy. Yeah.
For me, the things that, the things that Lazi has done, it's still very wild, bro. And like, you think about the collaborations and the illustrations that he's done, you know what I mean? From the stuff that he makes in his capacity just as a brand. But then things like collaborating with cars, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Putting your work on a car, bro.
That actually messed up stuff for me because I was trying to put him in a campaign. They're like, this guy did that.
he did that car.
He did that. So it looks like we're banning those people now.
Car, food, clothes. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
he reminds me, like, the way he's so proud of this stuff, he reminds me of MF Doom. Like, how...
Come on. You know
how we always speak like MF Doom used to have the music, but that wasn't it. You could get, like, crockery from MF Doom. Like, his merch is just like... Lunchtime. His merch is just like... Yeah, that. Yeah,
I don't know why you had to bring Doom, but
that's crazy. But
that's my time favorite rapper.
Yo, dog, relax.
I've got a poster, dog.
That's my
I've got an autographed Lazi poster.
Do you?
Yeah, of him illustrated. Which one? The Air Max 95.
Oh my God.
And he autographed it. And for me, that's what I'm saying. It's like this dude, you're there, you were cleaning kicks. You know what I mean? Like,
humble.
You do it. You know what I mean?
I still got the gray spaces, like the gray sweatshirt. The gray sweatshirt with
it's crazy, dog. You hunt for kicks. You hunt for kicks.
And also
then you make the kicks. And then like literally, like they had you making miniature kicks.
Yeah. It's funny for me because he was inspiring me so much from a distance. That's why when I got on Facebook and like he accepted my request, I'm like, okay, cool. This guy has to know me. Because everything that you guys are talking about, Gallery on 4th and stuff, what I did, I wasn't. I said Pretoria and then I said Cape Town. And then only got to Joburg when like...
2010 was a beautiful year.
Yeah, when all of you were all established, and... I had to sort of like start from the bottom, like just to
play catch up.
I had to play catch up. That's why I had to. That's why I wrote the way I wrote.
The thing about you, dog, I'll tell you the truth, right? My best friend growing up was Kagiso. His name was Kagiso, and he's from Pietersburg, right?
Polokwane.
And then there was another homie, Matlankan, So I had homies that never Pietersburg. So when I moved to the city, there was a different. Obviously, it's different here, but like, not even away, it doesn't clock, doesn't hit. When I met him, because of like his tone and his attitude was like, oh man, this
felt like home.
He feels like my homie. It's like I've known him he knows like how we speak, and it's like you'd say like I've known him So it's like we took it where we left off because I feel like these guys are the same.
Other guys already did the legwork for you.
Yeah, it's like
that's beautiful.
And also like what the thing is, this thing that we're doing, my thing is always like trying to break ground, right? And sometimes, the game has changed where it's like followers and all that stuff. And I'm like, that's cool. Y'all can keep that because I'm not about that. I don't care for that. I care for the work. And if you want to talk about work, you know where to find me. But we can't wait. So I actually, when I had my first solo show, my mission statement or artist statement was to say that I was like over this whole thing. Like I was over advertising as a job. I was also over the industry of like this, when I get this commission thing and do this illustration for, I was like over because I'm left with the traumas of how this work was. Like for instance, I tell you guys I want 40 Rand for this thing. You're like, okay, cool. You give me this 40 Rand in fractions. When I get it, the minute I get it or the minute I'm done with the work, the 40 Rand is not there, but I'm left with the file. Now the work, when you guys get the work, you're gonna do something to it that hurts me, that is like, and replacing that work, it's like, it says like this. It's like after, it's cool that, the flowers and saying, yo, you did this, you did that, like all these things that you guys are saying about, the work that I've done hurts me, B. Like it hurts me that I did that. It hurts me because I feel like it wasn't taken anywhere. It was a time thing and it happened and then it's like, we out. You know what I'm saying? Like do this now, we do this and then we out. I had to, while I was on, I had to figure out a way out, right? So I was like, I'm gonna do industrial. I'm going industrial. Like I'm gonna make rocks from scratch by hand and figure it out. I'm gonna make sculptures, figure it out. Like I'm gonna do work. I'm gonna be an artisan. And I want this because I wanna be impossible to figure out, still make money. And the stuff that you make, like if you're gonna make a piece and sell it for 40K or whatever, that's good for me because you have it at your house. We had a show. That's when I realized that it's like I'm just letting the cat out the bag. It was like we had a solo show. I had a solo show that I planned. And I met up with the guys in December for a meeting. Showed them the work that I had. They're like, okay, let's go this direction. By Jan, I had all the works. It's impossible. I'm telling you, it's impossible to do that. I did that. The gallery was shocked as how quick the time. I didn't have a December. I didn't have a December.
Wait, is it
the first solo show? Like last year.
Bram.
Yeah. I think 18 Jan or something. We did that, and it's crazy. Like it was.
We're coming from studio that day, even.
Okay.
That's when we're doing that hype stuff, and they were like, "Yo, let's go make a 10 there."
And it's like, after that, we took the show. This is my first solo show. We go to Cape Town, Investec next month, right? Which is, 14th February or something. 16th.
Valentine.
No, I think I was after that. Because after that, literally got it 21, and then got it 26, COVID, whatever. There's this thing called coronavirus, you know what I'm saying? After we just came back from Cape Town. And then you need to understand, it was like an international thing. So there were like people coming over from there. Like I sold pieces. It was wild, my nigga. From like, and you need to understand that what made me happy because I was like, yes, I might have made this money, but these people have my works in their houses. It's fulfilling. Do you feel me? It's different than a company that's gonna say, we're gonna give you this much money, do this thing, and then you stuck with the file after they done with you. What are you gonna do with that file?
Oh, nigga, we kept the files.
What you gonna do with the file? Like, I mean, for me, it's traumatic. It's like, I see it, Nike, Adidas, whatever. I see it, bro. I see it like Red Bull, I see it. You guys, people that see the work, they see, oh, this guy's incredible. He's done this. I don't know how to hold it. I can't hold that feeling. Like, I can't hold that feeling. It dissipates because I can't make another car. I can't print another car.
But you see, that's a piece to the person that owns it, though.
No, they don't, bro. Okay, we'll talk about this off air. You feel me? It's like it was crazy.
But I mean, people do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like if it's a can, you know, and you cheer it. I feel you, but
that's different.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that.
Yeah,
because I did the recoffee can.
Yeah.
Tins. I'll give you a tier. So let me explain what I mean by this, right? So I did a recoffee tin. It's incredible. It wasn't a competition. It was like commission. Do this for us. Because this lady saw me at the Generation Next. She liked me. She liked, you're cool. I think we should do some work. But she's a client. So she liked my story. So she's like, I want to give you this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And then she gave me an opportunity to do, I did so much work for Recoffee because of this lady that I remember I've met her once, but I can't remember her anymore. But like she's always, there's no client doesn't refer artists.
Yeah.
It's the other way. Like agency will tell client about these people and then they make a pick. I come recommended by her all the time. All the time. So I do the tin.
Lazi.
I do the tin, relax. I do the tin, dog. 2 tins. It's hard to PR 2 tins because they think it's 1 tin, but it's 2. So you do the consumer, you think he did 1. I did 2. I want you to know that I did 2. But no one is talking about that. And when the tin dropped, I was so anxious because I'm getting people tagging me on things and they saying, oh, this looks like, and then someone is like, oh, this thing looks nice because they've not seen that before. This looks nice. Oh, this tin I think is by, then people that know me, they didn't see, oh, they tagged me and then it became a thing, right? I haven't seen the tin. At my house, I have like tins of these things, like lying, like streamlined like that, right? But then there's another thing comes up now. It's a competition. Now it's like now they're printing on paper and wrapping the tin. Do you understand that? The first one, they printed on a tin. So if you understand the value of my work, if it's printed on a tin, then on paper that's wrapped on the tin, you would understand the level that I'm at, bro. Do you get me? So consumer might not understand the level that I'm at because they're not taught, like they're not schooled, like it's paper if it's wrapped around. So now there's a competition. Now they're putting me on the same level as people that are doing it on
paper.
You feel me? And this thing is on tin. It's printed industrially. It's like it's lasered onto the tin.
Yeah, the process is not the same.
It's not the same. The value of that is not the same. So I want you to know that, but there's no time for me to tell you that. Do you understand how that can be very frustrating? Like he thinks different about the cars.
It's like a chef talking about this dish.
Yeah, so with the art, it's beautiful because the other guy came here. There's a dude that came in the store and he saw the works. He's like, yo, actually I bought one of these pieces on auction on what's this? The Strassen Co, right? What is that?
Not sure.
Yeah, like there was like an auction thing happening. He bought the piece from auction, bro. Like, and he comes to tell me because he saw the works. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? It's like this guy comes, if you can afford a piece for 40K, obviously the t-shirts might not be your market. So we're not here for you. But you came in to tell us that, no, actually I bought this piece at an auction.
Yeah.
You see that it's a direct conversation. It's never like, it's not I bought a plastic version or a paper. No, it's this and this is that. And this comes from me. Whatever you did, whatever you have at your house, bro, I did that. I know what it is. Like, I can relate. I can tell you if there's a chip somewhere. I can tell you, bro.
I hear you,
but
still don't understand why you got beef with the files, though.
No, because they're traumatic. For me,
that's his experience.
The files is like, it's traumatic, bro.
That's his experience.
I can't deal with that. I need to create my own files.
I feel you. But you know, it's like the way I see it. I know it's not the way that you see it. You know what I mean? It's like when a high fashion brand collaborates with, you know, like something that's you know, affordable. Right. Let's say like when Chuck does the CDGs, you know what I mean? And you love CDG, but you can't afford CDG. And you cop the CDG Chuck. You know what I mean? And that tin is like, yo, I can't afford a Lazi piece. Like, you know what I mean? I can't afford the art piece. But this tin, that means that I can access this art piece. You know what I mean? I don't even care for the coffee inside.
Yeah, now you see, I mean? That is exactly how I wanted people to feel.
Yeah,
but the tin is special to me.
Yeah.
Outside of everything else that I've done, the tin was special. It's like music. You're sitting on music that you can't do anything with. But it's yours. They tell you, not that they tell you, it's just what it is.
Yeah, I get the vibe.
You get what I'm saying? Think about it, bro. It's like, think about you sitting on music that you can't perform.
Yeah.
You know, you can't.
Yeah.
Remember when Bilal, they leaked his album, and the album that came out was not. They didn't want anything we had the album that was leaked.
Yeah.
And he had to perform a leaked album.
Because
and he didn't. There's some things he didn't like about the album, but he had to perform it because we wanted that album. And when it released, they had to release it the way it was to the consumer because it was going to be a re-release and some other stuff that we don't relate to. But because of the album that has Sometimes in it, that was the album that we wanted because we're
accustomed to that because we bumped that.
And he was like, he did that album. They came back from a show. I think he was like with Raphael Sadiq or something. And then they were recording, just chilling, kicking it. And then it became a thing. And then the work went out unofficially. And then that work was compiled as an album. And then he had to start performing an album that was not official.
Same like J. Paul.
So can you imagine? Now that's different because it's his music, but he doesn't own the curation of it. But now I'm sitting with like work, and you need to understand, it's like, okay, who else is now popping? You feel me? Who else is doing what?
Yeah, it's the flavor of the month.
And I had to make sure that I break ground and separate myself from a lot of people, put the sea and be like, you know what? I'm out. I'm this side. And this side, when you come this side, they know they can come to you 50 times because they this side. You feel me? And it's like they can come to me this side. Like I was during lockdown, I started making these rugs during lockdown. I don't have any rug that I have. I've sold all of them to people that I know, people that I don't know. And during lockdown, bro, I started a craft. I started something because I was I was talking to your wife about this, right? And I was telling her, like
shout out to my wife.
During a lockdown, she asked me about the rugs. I'm like, yeah, I started this during lockdown because I was like, I'm gonna be home the whole time. And I think sitting on a computer for that whole time with work that's not tangible is gonna be very frustrating. I need to make things that are tangible. So using digital as not as a means to an end, but as a means to something. So do the digital stuff, translate it into actual works that actually people can touch and feel.
Yeah.
The rock started. And I never stopped from there. Like it's crazy. I started this thing during lockdown, and then by October, I got a commission by a brand, an agency to do a rug for a brand for an ad that they were doing. That's the stuff that I'm talking about. Those are not files, bro. This thing is there.
That ain't even files.
Do you understand? So it's like, and now I was telling him that I'm perfecting what I'm doing, you know? And it's on another level. It's not on a level that it's attainable. And I think I'm being too much right now, but it's like, it's frustrating, this game, bro. Like this thing that's happening right now, we just have to make sure that we have to set ourselves
apart.
Yeah, we have to differentiate because you can't we're not the same, bro. And like the corporate look at us as we are the same. We don't want to be seen as the same. We want you guys to see us for who we are and what we are. If you want a hook, go to this guy. If you want a bar, go to this guy. If you want a verse, go to this guy. He's your guy. You know, don't go for the hook guy for a verse. You might think it's working, but no, it's not because we can see it. So I had to industrialize my system and make sure that I'm making long money because the stuff that I'm doing now can translate to when I'm 80. I can still be doing it when I'm 80, and it works. You feel me? Certain things you can't do when you're 80.
Yeah.
certain things you talk about when you're 80. So
talk about it.
I need to figure it out. How do we do this thing so that when we're 80, we can say, I have like these original pieces and they're going for this much.
Yeah.
When I'm 80, I can say, I'm releasing this and this and this. Do you get me?
A lot of creatives need to think about that.
Yeah, because we do hit a glass ceiling quick.
You get stuck in this like...
Very fast.
In this like,
you know?
What's the flavor? What's the flavor?
Do you get me? What's the new style? What's happening? What are we doing? So obviously I'm in a tunnel all the time. I'm like a villain. I'm like MF Doom. Like I'm in a
bow caps.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm definitely like Doom. Like the way I think.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm a different version of him, but what I'm doing is like, I don't care to be known. You know what I'm saying? I don't care for someone to come in here and say, oh, you Lazi. I don't care. Like someone can come in here and see me at the shop thinking that I'm just here to
work here.
Chilling with my nigga. And it's cool. That's all it is, right? Until, maybe it gets there. Who runs whatever, who owns it, then it's like, yeah, he's the... But if I'm not here as often, I only come at a certain time so we can kick it and do whatever. But like most of the time, I'm not here.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I need to understand spaces. Like there's a space that I exist in and it's to me, he's my boss, right? He tells me, yo, we need this, dog. Yeah. I have to get the work.
We need an order for tea.
So I have to do that. So it's how I want to do everything else that I'm doing. It's like, it's not about me. It's like, it's okay. I've seen people walk past me with my pride, wearing a pride, something that they proud of. Like this kid once looked at me funny because I was wearing a Beautiful Boys cap, but he was wearing a Beautiful Boys t-shirt. So he looked at me funny, like, I got it. And then Tabiso unwrapped when he was still in Bram. He's with me and he could see that. And he looks at me like, did you see that? I was like, yeah. And then he's like, that's crazy. It's crazy because he's feeling himself do something that's, you feel me?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what it is. That's what it's about. You feel me?
That's beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lazi Mathebula.
Come on, applause. You got audience this time, bro. Brother, it's always a pleasure. And it's going to be some more chats. Right when we cut these cameras off, bro. Offline. You know the vibes. Beautiful boys, beautiful things.
We out here, man.
Oh, snap. You know we have an Earth Gang drop, right?
Yeah, they'll be in here.
Hey! Definitely, yo, man. Yo, Earth Gang vibes, bro. Shout out to...
We had the
So Earth Gang shouted us out. Shout out for DJ Supernova for hooking it up, man.
Oh, for real?
A beautiful thing. Yeah, man. They called us. You know what I mean? Gang Banziba. Earth Gang Banziba. Even your mans in Earth Gang know who I am. Man, son.
Relax.
Shout out to Supernova. Yo, shout out to the vibes, man.
With that said, shout out to my moms.
Shout out.
Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? This Olu.
And I'm Wild Great.
And we Earth Gang. And you're listening to the best Mzansi hip-hop podcast.
The Sobering. Hey, yo, shout out to my mom.